to another episode of PTV. I'm Harley Glynn.
And I'm Hallie Jerby. The second semester at PHS is underway, and the students are continuing to stay engaged in their classes.
That's especially true for the coding students as they put together their programming knowledge they gained in the first semester to use with special projects this semester.
To start off the new semester, Mr. Wyman's coding class is building and programming robots.
This project's working with a robot that's controlled by a Raspberry Pi, which is a small credit card sized computer. It's tied into what we did previous semester with Python code, and eventually these robots will be able to follow lines. They'll be able to have computer vision and recognize what's in front of their camera, whether it's an apple or a banana. But it kind of ties into physical computing with Python.
After working solely with computer code in the first semester, students are excited to try something different.
So basically what we're doing is we're making little rovers. These things came from kits, and basically what we had to do at first, we had to open up the box, take all the parts out, and start reading the instructions to see how we build it. After doing that, we had to wire it up. That was probably like the hardest part, is wiring it. And then after that, we're coding it currently. We're just having some issues. But once we get it all coded and everything, it should work and should be able to get a robot that follows objects and lines.
For PTV, this is Austin Leanna.
Our art students also have been busy in the classroom working on a variety of projects.
They also took their talents outside of the classroom when a group of PHS artists traveled to Trigo for the MCL art competition.
On January 17th, 6 art students traveled to Wakini for an art competition.
This event is the MCL Painting that happens every year.
Students enjoyed getting the opportunity to paint competitively.
We don't really have very many art competitions, so you get to go out of the school and do something different.
I like that this event allows students to get out of school and work as a team, which is something we don't do very often.
During the MCL art competition, teams competed against each other to create a painting that fit the theme, which was artificial intelligence this year. The finished pieces were judged by how well they stuck to the theme, the creativity and skill they displayed, and how well the team worked together. This unique competition comes with its own challenges.
Seeing how far behind we were, and everybody else already painting and we're still sketching everything out.
Of course, there's always going to be things that you wish you would have done differently in hindsight, but you're in the moment, it's just so much just trying to get it done. I think we worked well together, seeing that we didn't have time to get together and discuss before the event due to the snow days and the late starts.
This event also provides a place for students to do what they love.
I really like painting. It's very calming and I get to be creative.
For PTV, this is Hallie Jerby. The MCL Art Show wasn't the only recent competition involving PHS students.
That's right. Earlier this week, I had a chance to witness our Scholars Bowl team in action as they hosted a meet here at Phillipsburg. Here's how that went.
Great one.
Phillipsburg High once again hosted our annual Home Scholars Bowl meet, and while they love to compete at other schools, some felt even better with a home field advantage.
My favorite part about competing at home is probably that we can bring as many teams as we want. We kind of run the show, I know where everything is, and we have great food.
The fact that we don't have to travel on the roads, it's just nice to have a home meet where we can just get together and be a little relaxed and just not have to travel.
With so many schools showing up, our team was ready to face them all. They even had a few rivals to look forward to.
It's usually T&P. They're pretty aggressive and competitive, but I think we're going to get them.
We like to compete against Stockton and Norton and Smith Center. All right, it's fun sort of kind of to compete against T&P too.
But it's not all about the competition. Some scholars had different reasons to love the game.
After a match or during a match when you're collaborating with your team, it's really nerve-wracking but also sometimes really funny.
Yet the competitive drive is always welcome.
I like seeing how competitive the students are, and some of them really, really get into it, and it's fun when they are excited about the answers that they get right.
I joined Scholars Bowl because I like answering questions and I like using my random knowledge to win.
While Hayes High took home the gold and our long-term rivals TMP got second, Panthers stood strong in third place, and they plan to do better in the future. For PTV, this is Harley Glynn.
I go to PHS. Of course I stay classy, Phillipsburg High.
I go to PHS, so of course I make fun of TMP's Scholars Will Rock.
I go to PHS. Of course I complain about not getting enough snow days.
I go to PHS, so of course I look for Miss Miller before I cross the court in my work shoes.
I go to PHS, of course I use all my hall passes in the first week.
I go to PHS, so of course I never use my phone during class.
I go to PHS, so of course I love our superintendent, Mr. Gower. Well, at least when he calls off school due to inclement weather.
So true. I love getting those text alerts telling us that school has been canceled.
Let's see what some people do on their snow days.
Excitement is in the air when the school's text come out and says no school, whether it's making money shoveling snow or having fun sledding at the park. Most students find something they enjoy about the snow.
Watching it fall outside. I hung out with my family and my dog.
So I got outside and see the snow coming down. I went and did chores and made sure all the animals were fine.
Although the snow creates fun for some, it creates extra work for others.
A lot of that depends on the snow. This particular storm that we had took about 30 hours. A lot of this depends on how wet the snow is, how much ice comes with it, or if it's a very dry snow, or whether we get a lot of wind. We had a lot of troubles this snowstorm with the wind. Created a lot of drifting issues and had a lot of trouble with trucks being stuck. So this one took a little longer.
The city prioritizes cleaning the emergency snow routes first.
So the emergency snow routes go from all of State Street, basically starts down at the hospital, goes all the way to the west side of town, up by the Econo Lodge. They go up 2nd Street to the city limits, comes back down 2nd Street, goes all the way down 2nd Street, Fisher to the high school. You got 7th Street from the airport all the way to State Street, and then you go north on 7th Street to C Street and across to 2nd. Of course, all of downtown and 4th Street where the fire department and EMS is, as well as Nebraska where school's at. So the school zones are all inside the emergency snow routes as well. Our policy says anything over 3 inches. However, most of the time we're out well before that. We'll usually when the ground starts turning white and we start finding slick spots downtown, we're usually up running around the square area making sure we can get people in and out. So usually that 2 to 3 inches, you'll usually see our crews out.
For PTV, this is Marissa Arment.
All you have to do to use a leaf blower is put the battery in and pull the trigger. Now you know how to use a leaf blower, so let's show you the do's and don'ts.
For most high schoolers, being an actual student is only part of what they do on a daily basis.
Along with classes and school activities, many students find that having a job is also a great experience.
Some jobs not only help students earn extra money, but are also stepping stones to their future career, as you'll see in this next segment. Take a look.
PHS students looking to have a career in the medical field often start out as CNAs.
They take care of our residents. They do a lot of bathing, help with feeding, changing, making sure they're clean, personal cares. They are kind of the backbone of nursing. The nurses and other staff members depend on them a lot to take care of the residents.
Being a CNA is more than just a job to make money.
It's a very interesting job, and there's like a lot of things you have to do. It can be stressful, but it can also be really fun.
Working as a CNA, it can be fun and challenging, but it's definitely an experience for sure.
My favorite thing is probably interacting with the residents, and my least favorite part would probably be the nights where it's like really stressful.
My favorite thing about being a CNA is hearing all of the stories from back when they were younger and just being able to take care of people. My least favorite thing I would have to say is losing a resident.
I think it's a good profession. It's very rewarding. You get to meet a lot of new people, and I think it helps with people who want to extend their love and compassion and help other people.
Working as a CNA can give students the experience needed to further their medical careers.
I am going to continue being a CNA, and once I graduate high school, I am planning on going to NCK for nursing.
I originally didn't want to be a CNA, but I took the class and I ended up just falling in love with it.
For PTV, this is McKenna Gardner.
What are you doing on the floor? Get up and get in the desk.
Miss Dix lets us do it.
Well, I don't see that anywhere in the notes.
Fine.
Hey, Jocelyn, I need you to go give me some copies.
What?
Jocelyn, go get copies and...
Fine.
That impersonation was unbelievable. Huh? Do you know how bees get to school? What? They ride on the school buzz.
Why are bees in school?
Well, actual bees aren't, but spelling bees are, and that's what our next story is all about.
This year's middle school spelling bee was held at the Huck Boyd, where they competed for the top 10 placers.
I'm at Huck Boyd participating at the spelling bee. I've been in it since 4th grade, and I just want to keep that streak going. It is nerve-wracking, but I like how they have the next person stand up and so they know when to go on.
So the top 10 spellers from today's spelling bee move on to the county spelling bee, which is hosted by Logan this year. So the grades are 4th through 8th grade. We've got 10 spellers from 5th through 8th grade, and then 2 spellers come up from the elementary and 4th grade. Overall, I think they did really well. The words seem to be a little bit tougher this year than in years past. We had more go out in the first round than we normally do, but overall, I think they did really well today.
The top placers got to enjoy a tasty pizza party.
I've been in every year of middle school, and we also get a pizza party.
The top 3 placers were Natalie Van Allen, Nick Malman, and Ella Knowles.
It gives them a chance to kind of get up in front of the crowd and I guess perform, if you want to call it that. It also gives some of these kids a chance to perform on a stage rather than just a basketball court or football field or something like that. It gives them a different opportunity to compete in something that maybe they wouldn't otherwise.
For PTV, this is Ashley Bellis.
Fun fact, bees, the actual ones, not the spelling ones, have been around longer than humans. They were around with the dinosaurs.
Interesting. Speaking of dinosaurs, a mobile museum recently came to Phillipsburg. Watch this to find out more.
To inform people about the history of the Bible and dinosaurs, the Creation Truth Foundation hosted a museum at the First Christian Church.
My name is Matt Miles. I'm with Creation Truth Foundation, and we come into churches and teach and preach the Word of God. And specifically, the last several nights, we've done dinosaurs, topics of dinosaurs with our fossils in the Bible. A lot of people don't think about the Bible and dinosaurs being together, but they very much are.
The display and presentation reinforces the truth in biblical history.
I want them to know that the history in this book is actual history that we can trust. It's accurate. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a story. It's actual. And if we can trust the history in here, then the promises that are told to us in here about eternity or life after death, one of those things, that's a real thing. Those promises are real.
The displays were enjoyed by several visitors.
I like these that big, what is it called? Allosaurus. I really like that.
Probably my favorite piece is the Albertosaurus. He's my favorite. Cousin of a T-Rex, theropod, walked on his hind legs, has a little bitty arms. Probably couldn't even scratch his nose, but a tremendous animal that the Lord made.
For PTV, this is Brooklyn Farber.
Museums are one way to preserve history and to learn about the past.
Another fun way to learn about the past is to look at old collections. Like my grandma has a coin collection. It's actually pretty fascinating.
Our next story shows you some more fascinating collections.
Students and teachers alike have many different collections.
So I always had dimes with me because I like to collect Super Balls, right? Well, at the antique store, they don't sell Super Balls, but they sold bottle caps. So I use my dimes and I bought bottle caps. And some of it's kind of cool because they used to have cork inside bottle caps, so neat. But when Star Wars was really cool, I'm talking about the original Star Wars, then my cousins and I got involved with collecting Star Wars figures. I have many Star Wars figures, even the old Darth Vader case. And one other collection I used to have a collection of marbles, a really good collection of marbles, but ironically or not, I lost my marbles.
Pretty much all started when I was a little kid. My dad had a big farm table and he'd show me his and we'd share toys, and I kind of just started collecting as I grew up and through Christmas, and I'd find them in places and I just started collecting. I got a couple of these. I custom built them, and they'd be like just normal toys you'd get out of the box, and I'd custom make them and add parts to them and just make them how I think they'd look good. These semis my dad gave me for Christmas and my birthday just to help me add to my collection. Some of these I just found at garage sales or just other things and just got through along the way. I like doing this because I like tractors and all that stuff because it's something I can kind of relate to.
I started collecting baseball cards probably when I was like 6 years old. I started collecting baseball cards, one because my friends did it, and I also was watching a lot of YouTube about sports cards, so it kind of got me interested. So the card that I enjoy most is probably the Dodgers card. I honestly really like it because it's from my mom's country, and it's a South Korean baseball player, so it's pretty cool to have.
For PTV, this is Audrey Bellis.
What are we doing today?
It's in classroom.
Yeah, I know, but what are we doing today? Are we gonna need our iPad?
Yes.
But it's dead. Do you have a charger I can borrow?
You mean you remembered your drink, your blanket, your breakfast, and your phone, but you forgot to charge your iPad?
I swear, I promise, I charged it up last night, I plugged it in, and this morning it's dead. I promise, I swear, I charged it. My charger must be bad.
Are your AirPods charged?
What? What?
Are your AirPods charged?
What?
That answers that question. And your phone's charged?
Yeah.
Then your charger works just fine.
Well, my dog ate my homework, and here I had to recopy it so that I could turn it in to the teacher, and that's why I'm late, because I didn't have enough time to get it done real fast.
Do you know what's for lunch today?
I think it's beef patty today.
Darn, I was hoping it was pizza.
Pizza's a popular choice. In fact, it's so popular that Phillipsburg actually has, 4 or 5 restaurants that serve pizza?
It's hard to choose which one is best, so we had our very own PTV pizza connoisseur decide for us. Take a look.
Pizza. You love it, I love it, everyone loves it. But it seems there's one main problem when it comes to ordering pizza. Where do you buy it from? That question has been tearing the families apart for centuries. Today, I'm here, finally, once and for all, to stop all debate and tell you the best place in town where to buy pizza on a Sunday. The first pizza I have here today is a Casey's Pizza. Now, out of all the pizzas here, this one probably has to be one of the most convenient. I mean, like, you're on a long car trip, you want something to eat, just hop into Casey's, buy one slice, out of the gas station in like 5 minutes. I mean, like, before tax, it was $3.09. And this is, I mean, it might be one slice pizza, but it's a pretty big pizza. So, yeah, the only thing left to know is the taste. I mean, like, it's a pizza. I mean, like, is it cold? But the crust overall, taste homemade, like you made the dough, tastes like your grandma's pizza. I mean, the sauce is great, not too sweet, not too bad. Cheese tastes, somewhat high quality you get from the, gas station. Same with pepperoni. No. Crust. That pizza right there, it's gonna be hard to beat. Next up, we got Godfather's Pizza. Now, in terms of convenience, it's about the same as Casey's. You walk in, it's gas station pizza, get a pizza, pay for it, walk out. It's slightly more expensive than a Casey's Pizza at $6, but you might get a bit more. However, looks-wise, I mean, its friends probably say it has a great personality. I mean, I'm not sure about this one. You had to taste it, find out there. I'm scared, but let's do it. You know what? The friends were right. Personality is great. Has a great flavor, great sauce. The crust itself is nice, sort of soft. Doesn't have that much of a crisp, but the outside. How's that crisp? Now, the good thing we're not wearing off looks, otherwise this would probably rank low. Alright, next up, you got Pizza Hut. Now, this is pizza that I always get, you want to eat with your family, have a party, something like that. I mean, it's delivered to your door. Convenience-wise, it's really convenient, except you can't just get one single slice. Now, crust, I mean, yeah, it's great. It has a nice crispy bottom. The crust itself, also crispy, holds together really well. Overall, it's a great pizza, and you can't really go wrong with it. Price-wise, the entire pizza itself was about $15. However, per slice, that would be about $1.80. So, lowest on the price. Now, see about the taste. Sauce might be a bit too sweet, but overall, it's a fantastic pizza. Can't go wrong with it. I mean, it's great. I'll probably rate this about 7.5. All right, we got one final pizza left for review. This one, probably gonna be the best one. Quite frankly, my favorite to make. and eat and enjoy the Red Baron pepperoni pizza. Now this pizza right here, probably the best pizza you can buy with your money. $5 for a whole pizza. When you do some nerd math stuff, that equals a couple cents per slice. I mean, like, you can't go wrong with that. Taste-wise, most people say it tastes like cardboard. It does, but there's just something about it, you know. It's like the cardboard tastes good. I don't know why. The crust, I mean, you can make it whatever you want. If you want to burn it, you can. You have complete control over it. Convenience-wise, you can put as many as you want in your freezer. Be like, I want a pizza. Put your oven on, pop it in there, boom, it's done.
I go to PHS. Of course, we won the boys basketball tournament.
I go to PHS. Of course, my iPad's always at 5% or lower.
I go to PHS. Of course, I have good grades so I can get the App Store. When's that gonna happen again?
I go to PHS. Of course, I know we have the best principal ever.
Give me a countdown again.
3, 2, 1, go.
I go to PHS, so of course I'm being interviewed by PTV against my will. That's it?
I go to PHS, so of course 90% of my clothes are Blue Panther shirts.
I go to PHS, so of course I can't wait to hear our PTV sports update.
You're in luck. Here it is.
Hey Panther fans, it's time for your PTV Sports Update. I'm Leighton Johnson.
And I'm Carson Lytle. Despite the wintry weather, most of our sporting events have been able to continue.
This includes the Senior Prairie Classic Wrestling Tournament in Hayes. You wrestled in that tournament, Carson. How'd that go?
That's a really tough tournament with a lot of big schools, but our guys did great. Adam Mascarenas was there to bring you the details. Take a look.
HS wrestling team took to the mats in Hayes to compete in the annual Senior Prairie Classic.
We wrestled at the Senior Prairie Classic on Friday and Saturday of this week here at Hayes, Kansas. I thought Friday we started off a little bit slow, but today really picked it up, worked together as a team, got bonus points, and just cheered each other on, and we kind of fed off of it to finish second today.
Senior Patrick Driggs got this pin, helping him get one step closer to third. Driggs went on to go 3-1 and place third. Junior Caden Sisson got this pin, helping him get one step closer to third. Sisson went on to go 4-1 and place third. Sophomore Blake Burris got this pin, helping him get closer to third. Burris went 5-1, placing third. Junior Seth Keaton got this pin, helping him get closer to the 6th place medal. Keaton went 4-2, placing 6th. Junior Cole Keaton got this win by decision, helping him get one step closer to third. Keaton went 2-1, placing third. Junior Caden Sisson got this pin, helping him place third. Hudson went 4-1, placing third. Coach Kenny thought this wrestler wrestled really well.
I thought Caden Hudson really wrestled really well in his third place match. Lost to a kid from Great Bend earlier on Friday, come back and revenged that loss and got a pin, so that one was really good.
I'd say our team did pretty well when we came here, and one of the smaller teams, and we took second.
For PTV, this is Adam Mascarenas.
Another big event for our wrestling team happens next Saturday when we host the Panther Classic. Good luck to our wrestlers.
Now on to basketball. Last week was a big week for our PHS ballers because it was the MCL tournament.
Let's first get a recap of how the girls' side of the action went.
Lady Panthers started quarterfinals action of the MCL tournament by playing Trigo at Plainville. Phillipsburg has a strong first quarter as Chloe Vanderveen finds an open Krista Keaton on the perimeter who swishes a three-pointer. The Lady Panthers found points in the paint as well when Bryn Billing passes to Kayla Jacobs, who makes a post move to put in the left-handed shot for 2. Krista Keaton, who had 11 points in the game, stayed hot on the outside as she drains the baseline three. The Lady Panthers stay strong in the second half and maintain the lead with plays like this inside shot by Keaton. As the fourth quarter ticked down, Kayla Jacobs, who led the Panthers with 12 points, scored on this inbounds play, and Phillipsburg wins 35-28. Coach Miller was pleased on how her team started the tournament.
I thought they did a really good job at both ends of the floor. I thought we were really patient on the offensive end of the floor and kind of took what the defense gave us and didn't force as much. And then defensively, I mean, that was a physical ball game, and I thought the girls were up to the challenge, and they did a really good job on the board. So I think the boards were a big emphasis for us going in.
I think I did very well on defense, and I think our whole team was very aggressive on defense, and I feel like we were very patient on offense.
After defeating Trigo, the Lady Panthers advanced to the semifinals where they had to face off against the #1 seeded Hoxie Indians. Hoxie proved to be too much for Phillipsburg, but the game did have some good moments like this post move to the bucket by Bryn Billings and the baseline three-pointer by Tasha Calhoun. The Lady Panthers lost to Hoxie and would face Smith Center for the third game. This game was another difficult battle for Phillipsburg. Despite some nice plays like this and one opportunity by Savannah Moore, the Lady Panthers lost to Smith Center to finish 4th in the tournament. Despite not doing as well as they hoped, the team remains optimistic.
Well, I thought we came out and faced a really good Hoxie team, and I thought we showed our nerves a little bit and just had too many mental errors, I guess, to kind of stay with them. And so I'm hoping that the girls just learn from this experience and get better.
I think the team it was okay. We really didn't show what we like fully capable of doing, but overall we did okay.
For PTV, this is Garrett Johnson.
Our boys team started as the #3 seed in the tournament.
But that's not where they would end up, as you'll see it in the tournament recap.
The Panthers started the MCL tournament facing off against Trigo. Phillipsburg took an early lead and stayed in control by dominating Trigo inside the paint, like this drive from Brad Rodriguez and this post shot from Caden Seams. In the second half, the Panthers showed that they could score from the outside also, as Brett Shelton drains this baseline three-pointer. Shelton led the Panthers in scoring with 13 points, and Phillipsburg went on to win 47-37 to advance to the tournament semifinals. For the semifinals game in Plainville, the Panthers faced off against the Ringnecks of Hill City, who were seeded second coming into the tournament. In the first quarter, Trace Hanchett jumpstarts the momentum as he hits the corner tray, and at the end of the second quarter, Hanchett comes in clutch again as he gets a buzzer beater to put Phillipsburg up by 3 at halftime. The game stayed close, and with less than 2 minutes left in the game, it was tied 50-50. That's when Trey Carlson drives the lane for the bucket and the Ringnecks foul to give the Panthers the lead. Carlson didn't make the and one, but he had a total of 15 points in the game, and as the lead scorer for Phillipsburg, he went on to win 54-50. The Panthers advanced to the championship game against Norton, who had beaten Phillipsburg the previous week. The Panthers got off to a strong start with a steal and drive from Carlson. And Rad Rodriguez keeps things going as he gets 2 of his 12 points for this game with his inside power move. And Rhett Shelton had another big scoring night as he gets his three-pointer at fall. Shelton led the Panthers with 23 points. Although the game got close at the end, Phillipsburg held on to win the championship 54-52. The victory was exciting for the players and the coaches.
It was awesome. We finally came together as a team, and we got to get first in MCL for the first time in 5 years, I think. We did really well. We lost to Norton in a close one just last week, so it was really nice to come out and beat them this time. We really came together to win.
It was fun. We came together as a team and played really good.
There's 11 teams in the tournament. We were 3rd seed going in. And we beat Trigo, beat Hill City, and then we got Norton tonight to win the league tournament, so it's always a good thing to win. I mean, I just feel like our team's getting better all the time. We're starting to get some younger guys that are helping us out with ball handling, and our big guys are good and get that inside game going. So we're tough defensively too, so I'm proud of the guys.
For PTV, this is James Krausar.
Our basketball teams will be in action again tonight in Smith Center. Jackson Glendenning, Hallie Jerby, and I will be there to live stream the varsity action if you can't make it to the game.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Carson Meidel.
And I'm Leighton Johnson. Go Panthers!
Our school song is played at every pep rally and every sporting event where the band plays. But how well does PHS know the school song?
Let's find out.
Here's the first one. What are your guesses?
Oh, I have no clue.
I don't know. Texas?
I have no idea.
I feel like that's.
I'm just gonna say K-State.
That would be correct. That is the Wabash from K-State.
Oh!
Here's the second one.
I'm gonna say Plainville.
I don't know.
Do you got any guesses?
No.
Sounds familiar, I don't know.
Any guesses?
No guesses.
No?
Is that KU?
That is KU. And here's the last one.
I don't know what that one is.
That's us, Peaburg.
That's Phillipsburg.
Yep.
Oh. That's the Phillipsburg one.
That's the Panther theme song.
That's ours.
Okay. Can you sing the Phillipsburg fight song?
Phillipsburg High, the pride of Kansas City.
Phillipsburg High. Phillipsburg High. And I know that you will always rule.
Phillipsburg High, Phillipsburg High. Yeah, that's all I know.
That wraps up this episode of PTV. I'm Harley Glynn.
And I'm Hallie Jerby.
Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.